I used to play when like I was hanging out with chicks and we was high. So it worked. Like I've never played Mario Kart without a woman. So like I get the
I mean
excitement.
that
I love it. But
actually
like
checks out. I think that might be the case for a lot of guys. Like
That's
which
yeah,
right.
is okay.
Or they
I
have
feel like
it because their
it's
kids play.
teenagers. Right. Yeah, my son play that shit all the time, so I might be around. But I feel like yeah, it's teenagers and women. That's who like for
Yeah.
real go buy that shit. I don't know one grown man that's like, yeah, then you know that new Mario Kart just dropped.
Catch
Word?
me on Mario Kart, bitch.
Right.
I don't. Twitter's an interesting place. You find all kinds.
Oh, that is true.
Yo,
Facebook has like two like really popular fucking groups that is a bunch of grown ass men begging for
I mean,
people
I
to play
believe
them
it.
on Mario
Yeah,
Kart.
I
They're
believe
all
it.
kinds. Like I said, they're definitely
Cause
all kinds. Because
everybody I know who play it, y'all niggas be going hard. So I can imagine that the
Okay,
competition
before I
is real.
delete this, I'm just gonna put this up one more time just because that was funny.
because he's still not.
All right, I'm gonna delete it. I'm
Somewhere
gonna
dying a
delete
slow death. Like I hope he is somewhere dying right now,
Like choke. What up, though?
choking to
it.
death
Hi,
on something,
boo.
Like,
like his
like choke.
lives.
Can you
Like
imagine if a nigga was choking on a Ricola?
yeah, like I want that for him. Like I want the most like absurd, ridiculous death for him. Like whatever that includes. Like I want that for him
Right.
badly.
Whatever that looks
Real
like.
shit.
Whatever it looks like in his world, like whatever absurd shit, like those Christian kids revolt and like stone him to stuff with like basketballs. I don't fucking know. Like whatever it is, I want it for him badly.
Hell yeah. I'm with it. Can you imagine if dude got out of jail and like went and killed that nigga? I don't know why I just
Oh
thought
my
about that,
god,
but it would work.
that would be insanity.
I mean, as long as they lock him right back up, because I don't think he needs to necessarily be out if he not getting no, meds for this situation. But
Right.
because he need
Yeah.
meds.
Okay, I'm just
Damn.
shopping the list of 3 places, and then we're good to go.
Let's do this.
Y'all know
Oh,
Simon out here using his expose documentary for his benefit.
who?
I'm not Simon Sander Swindler. I'm not even sure how
Oh,
he's
oh
doing it,
yeah, I
like, to
did
be
see that.
honest, like
Because the world
such a
loves
weirdo.
mess.
Like, never am I gonna be more attracted to you after I found out that you a fucking scheming ass scammer. Like,
Richard Ramirez murdered 1 million people, and the bitches
I
were
know.
lined up to show him their titties. So,
Please let me
You
show
are
you my
you are
titties,
so
murder.
true. You
so
are
if that
so
stinking ass, no teeth
Murder
having
this
non
pussy. Yes, it's
exactly
fine.
like listen, if that stinking ass, no teeth having lunatic can have like bitches like Simon Bays,
like
Yeah.
at least have bitches.
yeah.
How long was your boy Manson fucking getting
The other nigga
fucking
had all
pushing
the
bitches
bitches.
away? That's what I'm saying. But
He
like,
didn't
how
bitches
many
off.
bitches a year asked that nigga to marry her? Like,
A
Just
lot,
steady.
right?
Just a steady state of bitches. Just
it's a steady stream of
just
fucking.
yeah.
You not only was that nigga crazy, but you want to know like because in the topic of what y'all talking about, to watch a nigga with a swastika sit down on live TV and say black people are some of the best people on this earth. Time the fuck out. Time out. You're not making no sense.
Didn't he put that on his head to pick a side in jail just so he wouldn't get fucked up?
I ain't never heard that story, but probably it makes sense. That
I
nigga
mean,
shitty as
that's
shit.
just some shit that sound like that's what happened.
Yeah,
Cause
because
like,
he was trying to start a
Mhm.
race war, and I just don't understand. Like, I don't think, like, realistically, he thought it through. Because then,
Right.
right.
like, I think he just wanted to start a race war, and then he was like, I figure there are less blacks than whites, so if we beat them, then I can just take over as like king of the whites. Like, I really
King
don't
White
think.
The
guy.
white people.
Yeah, like I don't think he disliked black people. I think he just thought we were the least amount of people, so that would work out in his favor.
Right. Because the
Right.
nigga when
I
you
think
fuck
that he
when that
could
nigga
have
was
picked anybody.
Like really,
exactly.
like he really just could have found the least amount of people and been like, I'm gonna start a race war with like the Lebanese and like white people. Like he really wouldn't have
These
cared.
motherfuckers out. Right. Like what are we
Fuck
talking
Drake
about?
and the rest of y'all. Just kidding.
What's up with Drake and them braids? That nigga look like he was
Nigga,
Nigga,
killed in the
honestly,
corner.
okay. So I was up all night last night, kind of, and I swear to God, I thought that I saw that like, and I was dreaming until you just said that right now. So that shit was real with the like 3 or 4 braids.
Yeah.
I thought it was fake, and then I seen somebody be
I
like,
swear to God, I thought I dreamt that until you just said that right now.
Happened.
I don't know why I would be dreaming about Drake with a new hairstyle, but like I was like, that can't be real.
He had it. It was there.
but it looks like what Drake should have been doing. It looks like if Drake had a beard when he was hanging out with Trey Songz. That's what it looks
Okay,
like.
I can see that. I can see. Or he's
Like,
giving
why?
me like when he take those braids now, he gonna put it in a man bun,
Or that shit gonna be frilly to the side, like it's gonna fall this way.
like
Right,
when you
like,
take your braids out and they be like,
right. It's just like Drake, why? Like how you got a fresh wavy pattern after removing braids. And shit.
Come on, wet and wavy. Okay,
Right.
look, I'm not doing this with him. I really thought that was a dream, and I'm very sad that that was real life. Like that's
That
how
was real life.
delusional I was last night. I was like, nah, I didn't see that.
Right.
Okay, hey guys, welcome to All Docked Up. I am Chris. That's VJ. Penrose is down there. We are
That is
here
me.
to talk about Beanie Mania, guys. I know that you remember it. You may not have been a part of it, but you've seen it. You saw the white ladies screaming on television, pushing each other around at the Hallmark card stores. I know you've seen it. You were around at some point.
Right.
That's what we're here to talk about. You can find this documentary on HBO Max. Very short watch if you're not stopping and taking notes. But yeah, so Beanie Mania, guys. Here's Bongo. He is a teeny beanie from the fucking special edition fucking what you call it, McDonald's fucking Happy Meal ones. My daughter took the tag off of it, so it's definitely not worth anything. But this little nigga name is Bongo, and he cute. And he sit over by my desk. So
also buy Beanie Babies at Michael's.
And at Smith's if you live on the West Coast and have heard of that store. I believe it's
Joann's Fabrics. I think you can get Beanie Babies too.
Like they now have like keychain versions and like all that stuff like that. It's literally like
stuffed animals, large size ones and shit. Like
exactly. So you can still buy them. I think they're kind of overpriced now a little bit because like anyway. But yeah, so yeah. I'm always like, no, Kai, you can't have that. I'm not paying that.
Not paying $15 for it.
Listen, and she's into those squishmallow things, and I'm all for that because like they serve dual purposes. They are cuddly friends. Also, she can use them as a pillow. You can't really lay on the Beanie Babies. So.
Your neck gonna hurt.
Okay, that is a thing, right? Because like when I was doing my part-time job, still like there would be people come in and they would be all in the kids section, like throwing the fucking throw pillows, like the children's throw pillows off of the shelving onto the floor, like looking behind them, like, do you have squishmallows? And I was like, no, you fucking crackhead, get out of here. Like, I don't goddamn squishmallows, like
right. But yes, that's a real thing.
Pillows, bitch. Like it took me forever. Pick that shit up.
But yeah.
Fuck them, honestly, because what it was like
so let's just kind of talk a little bit about our experience around this time. I come from a black family. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I
no, Rachel Dolezal. Wow.
Right.
Hey guys, I'm Chris and I'm a black ass nigga. Okay, so basically, my grandmother definitely was not going bankrupt over this shit, and like I feel like the black cat I got was literally like on a fucking like whim ass shit. Like I was like, oh, that's cute, and she was like, you can get it or whatever. But like after that, like when I saw that people were like collecting them, and a lot of the people in the documentary are from Illinois, so I kind of was in the epicenter of watching this shit go crazy. My Saturday mornings were filled with a lot of like mini like gaggles of bitches, you know what I'm saying? Like crowding over like little corners of like little like really like little mom and pop shops, like
right.
Fighting over these little things that honestly could have had more beans in them. Like, am I tripping? Like, you're calling yourself a beanie baby, but you got like 60% beans inside.
So super weird. Like, and I think maybe they are fuller now, but like, yeah, originally they were very like loose,
Them,
Real life.
them niggas.
Like if you hold the cat up, like all the beans is in his booty now. Like he's hella flat up top.
Right. You know,
like you could in the doctor like, oh, you could pose them, and I'm like, well, yeah, because it was just empty fabric.
It was just this, like.
Yes, of course I can flop the frog's head over to the left and there's fucking nothing up there. Yeah.
There's nothing inside.
you know how like a nigga lose weight.
Like that's not really possible to me.
You know how a nigga lose weight when he gets sick real quick? Like if a nigga caught corona, he's like 5 days later. That's what Beanie Babies look like back in the day. Like
Beanie Babies look like that person that comes to the hood and all black people was like, "Hey, are you okay?
Are you all right?
Are you okay? You got cancer? No, it's crack, right?
Oh god, niggas, you dying?
Terrell?
That
nigga Terrell, man. I mean, he's still cool than a motherfucker, but I don't know.
Nigga built like a Beanie Baby now. I don't know. But,
I cannot wait to say that to somebody very
soon.
You Beanie Baby built bitch.
Oh my god! Thanks, my new Twitter handle. Oh my god.
Beanie Baby built bitch.
Listen,
that's exactly it.
Wow. Yo, Beanie Baby head ass nigga. Like,
what up? Hey, Sam.
What up, Sam?
She just missed our fucking rant.
Oh god.
Oh man. Okay. So Beanie Baby, y'all.
Say that. I want to hear Tam call somebody a Beanie
Tam.
Baby.
I'm gonna need you to drop a voice
just go live. Like I
chat
like a little clip, girl.
where you're saying Beanie Baby,
like a little reel on the Instagram. You know, just a little reel, a little cute something, a little something light. You know, just a little light something.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what about you, VJ? What was your experience during that time?
So
with Beanie
I'm
Babies.
from like the middle of nowhere, so Beanie Babies like were a thing. But like I remember, like there was like a halt because the mall's raggedy, so I can distinctly remember there being like a Hallmark store, like when you walk into the mall and they sold like cards and shit, and so they had Beanie Babies, and my mom would never buy me like any fucking Beanie Babies because they were $1,000, especially because it's the middle of nowhere. So now they cost more than they cost everywhere else.
I was gonna say they were actually decently priced in the city. It's just like people got out of control with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I guess so.
I can charge whatever the fuck I want for these Beanie Babies because it's the Hallmark store, and also, bitch, where the fuck else are you gonna get them?
You're not driving however many miles to this other city, so yeah, I hear it.
Like, hi, close. This is the biggest place between here and Houston, girl. You going to Houston for this Beanie Baby? Or are you gonna give me $15? And it's like, I'm not.
Here, bitch, take this $15.
Like,
right.
Damn. Okay. Could you give me a birthday card too, or like, and they're like, ugh.
It ain't nobody's birthday.
So somebody got me one as a graduation gift, and that's the only Beanie Baby that I am in ownership of.
Okay.
Word.
Penrose, tell us about your whole plastic bin full of them that you have behind you.
All right.
Hiding under the stairs.
I got.
We know you've been waiting for this documentary for this.
For every do rag y'all see in the mornings, there's a
I got a matching Beanie Baby.
No, man, like for real, like I think I was when this shit started. Well, when the craze hit, I think I was like 13, 14 years old, somewhere in there. And so living in Detroit, like, you know what I mean? We caught the wave definitely after y'all because it started in Illinois, but like I was never into them. But again, having as many sisters as I do and a fucking mom, like I was around them bitches constantly. And so like, yeah, I didn't get into like collecting them myself, but to see a motherfucker, like if anybody remember when the first PlayStation came out and how motherfuckers was going hard at the store on Black Friday, niggas went way harder on a regular Tuesday at a small ass mom and pop store for Beanie Babies than they did over Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like my experience with them was just really just like my favorite kid in this whole documentary is those two kids that just like.
Oh, I was gonna say you remind me of those two random boys that they fucking interview. He was like, nigga, basically like, nigga, I don't know what the fuck they tripping about.
They're just Beanie
a Beanie Baby, right?
Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like,
My mom had
that,
70 of these at the house. Like, what are we like?
right.
Like, right. Like,
That was my energy towards it. Like, dude, like it
Yeah.
ain't changed shit for me. So cool. I hope my mom likes these, but cool. But yeah,
For real.
They was going
For
up
real,
on a
going up.
Tuesday.
exactly on a Tuesday, exactly.
Okay, so you guys ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All
We're in
right.
Naperville, Illinois.
Yes.
Yep.
And we meet a host of white bitches. Mary Beth,
Joni, Becky,
Joni.
and Mary Beth.
Yes.
I wanted to call these bitches the Naperville Force so bad.
And you know what? Noted and ratified. So the Naperville Four.
Yeah, and that's their names now.
Which is, so I will say, like, it kind of disappointed me because they were all like, I used to be a rocket scientist and now I take
Yes! And they all like
take
quit their careers to collect Beanie Babies and take care of their kids and shit. Like, and there's nothing wrong with like taking care of kids, obviously, but like to
it
like
just struck me
stop.
odd that it was all of them. Like, not one of them was like, yes, I kept my regular job.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, well, the bitch that wrote for People because she worked from home anyway.
And that's what I was about to say, but she was very misleading at first because I was thinking the same thing y'all think, and then I was like, oh, somebody who actually started as a homemaker, and that bitch was like, but no, I was working at People the whole time. Bitch, you still pulling high 5 figures, which was big money back then. Like, don't talk to us about not working, bitch.
It's like this many white bitches, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, so
that many, like.
a whole right, you got a whole gang. Pull out a gaggle, you know.
I could go with a murder, like they were crows, but that didn't really seem fitting. It's like a murder.
A murder of white.
It
fits.
It do, because they be very menacing together.
It's a lot of white bitches end up murdered, not by us.
not by me, but I heard some things.
They white husbands be taking their ass out. Like,
listen, white men do not know how to get a divorce, and let's get back to this documentary.
The good thing is nobody here was trying to get a divorce, and so everyone lived, and that's the beauty.
Yes.
For all of y'all that's watching, when this came up as the one that we was gonna do, VJ literally puts in the group chat one where nobody dies. Like, yo,
yes.
What I was very proud of myself.
Be back on that
because I picked this one explicitly because nobody died. Because every other documentary that I picked, like 8 people died. I'm like, yes. Let's watch this one, guys. Everyone got dismembered. And so finally, I picked something where like nothing really happened. And I was like,
what was the last doc that we did where nobody died? I think somebody died in Screwball.
Did somebody die in Screwball?
If they didn't, that's the last one we did where nobody died.
Nobody died on Tender Swindler.
Oh, true. You're right.
Their credit scores died, but that's not.
I was gonna say, now if that bitch would have sold her house, she might have died on the street. But like, she didn't die at Simon's hands, is what I'm saying.
These white ladies are talking about how amazing the 90s were and how we just were living in excess.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like that was the best time of my life.
The time, Clinton was in office.
The 90s is the best decade ever, yo.
Like we were, sitting on an economic surplus. Shit was great over here. Gas prices were good.
99 cents a gallon.
Like shit, like you late millennial, like you'll never know. Like the 90s was a wild time. We got out of the like weird coke excess of the 80s, but we were still like economically prospering, and like people were just buying frivolous shit with their money. Like people were just making stupid shit. Which is why we got that inner loop with like sock'em boppers or whatever. And I was like, I remember those. Like,
and I had those. Like,
I had those, and then I had those fucking Nickelodeon moon shoes where you like strap that shit on and like bounce. And I almost
did you, bitch? I'm so jealous.
I almost broke my fucking leg. I got that shit for Christmas, and then like I almost died. And I told my mom I don't want these, and so she took them back. Like I had them a week.
Listen,
90s is
I would be okay if gas was $2.22 right now. Like I'm okay with it matching the year. Is what I'm saying. Gas is literally $20.22.
Yeah. Ever since gas went up the other day, no bullshit. I had to go to the store at like late as shit at night, And I pulled up and I seen my man's, and he was like, "Your work truck." I said, "Nigga, because yes, it's too high for me to be
I'm not driving my gas out,
I'm not
nigga.
driving
What are
my
you
car,
saying?
nigga. I live right down the street, and there's no GPS on this truck. The fuck what y'all talking about?"
Listen, the 90s were the time to be alive. It'll
Yeah,
never
bro.
happen again. And sorry if
It
you
was the
missed it. I don't really know what to say. Like,
yeah.
it was
Yeah,
great.
If you were not a teenager, like the youngest you could be in the 90s, somewhere in the 90s, is a teenager. You had to be teenage to adult to really appreciate what the fuck was going on. Like the
That might be
90s
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you was a nigga that was like 10 in 99, get the fuck out of here. Like you don't know what we
Hey, I
talking
was
about.
14. I was 14. I was 14. I was 14.
Yeah, you got what I'm saying. Teenager. You gotta
Yeah.
have been a teenager. You know what I mean? To like the 90s was different. And this is why, like, no bullshit. Like I said, I wasn't into Beanie Babies, but one thing VJ said before we started was talking, the craze. In the 90s, we was built for the fucking craze. Like you say, we got out of the war, so we had a time of peace, up until 2001. So from 91 to 2001. So a lot of
Nigga, we
niggas
was
born in
like,
that decade,
this is what the
it was
90s
money
looked like,
everywhere.
y'all.
Yeah. This is
Niggas
where
was going on vacations. When the last time niggas went on vacations? Like, niggas was going on vacations. Niggas was like really like living their lives on the weekends.
Really, it was
like
just economic prosperity without war, without ridiculous inflation, without Reagan, and motherfuckers lost their minds. Like it just
this was like the 60s with a whole lot more money.
Like less drugs. Like it was insane. Like
less drugs and more money.
Less drugs and more money. Yeah.
Just making shit up and being
condoms.
people like, oh my god, I have to have it. Take my like just shit. Think like somebody made a video.
I have 5 NSYNC marionette dolls in my grandma's
somebody made it
garage.
Put a clip of what hit clips. Remember that shit?
Oh my god, hit clips! Oh my god, with the old town bitch with the
yes. And looking back, you're like, why the fuck was I paying for like 30-second clips of music to put in a
like you bitch? It wasn't even a whole song.
Like, what are we
doing?
That is
you
that,
can literally
that
go
is
to the mall. Go to the mall and get a single for $1.99, but niggas was paying for hit clips because it was a rage.
It was
like, bro. We came from a really good time.
Yo, remember when you could go to the fucking music store and just sit there and listen to the whole fucking album?
Listen? Yo!
Top tier times, Tamara. Top tier times is what I'm saying.
It was. So we meet Harold, who is the president and CEO of Dakin Toys. I've never heard of them. I don't know what they make.
Never in my whole life.
They didn't tell us in the fucking documentary either. Don't know what they doing over there. Could be drugs, could be toys. Don't know. So
heroin factory on the low.
Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe it's Coke. Maybe it's board games.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Right? Yeah. You never know.
Never know. So Ty Warner, who is the creator of Beanie Babies, if you didn't know why they're Ty Beanie Babies,
why Ty is on the thing?
Yeah. So
I used to think that shit meant thank you until I watched this. I thought a nigga was telling you thank you for every purchase, and then I watched this documentary, and I was like,
my nigga. Oh my god.
So yeah, Ty starts out. His dad, I guess, originally was a salesperson for this toy plates, and so they, he just kind of has grown up in this kind of like toy sales distributor, whatever. Which I didn't know that was a thing, that they had like toy distribution joints, and you had to like go like push your shit like in the stores. I didn't know that was a thing.
I mean, I think so. Like that's just how like you get those like random like things that be in stores. Like somebody like those fucking like the incense or the fucking body oils and shit. Like somebody just go and be like, hey, like smell this.
Right. The same way Big Pharma be sending pretty ass girls into the office to push pills. That's how niggas was
with
pushing toys back in the
day. And fucking Panda Express line.
It's true.
Yo, working in the neurology fucking office was also top tier times.
Any place where people are going to ply you with food is top tier times, and I know y'all gonna be
top
mad.
tier times.
Because I work in oil and gas. Hey, it's not my fault. Gas is high. Like I just want to. It's not my fault. But also, these motherfuckers keep coming in here with burritos and fucking meals. And
I already know you get so much shit, bitch.
They just bring shit because they are trying to do business with you, and I'm just like,
hey, real quick, because I don't want to get too far off topic, but I gotta say this. I worked for a company when I was doing trains, and this nigga, like the first Christmas and Thanksgiving, the boss fucking gave us a nasty, just dumb big ass spread. We just some tech niggas, you know what I mean? But it was at the airport. He left and retired. We got a new boss. That next year, we got like Subway for Thanksgiving. I quit. I went.
This is how you treat me?
It's relevant because we're gonna get there.
Where is the feast, bitch?
Right.
Relevant because we're gonna get there.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So Ty starts selling toys for Dakin. We meet Bill Harlow, who was the Canadian distributor for Thai products.
Man, R.I.P. to that store.
Yeah, was big emphasis on the was. Was is doing heavy lifting.
Bill's like the equivalent. This is hilarious. You ever notice that drug dealer that was in the hood? Not the one that fell off with the money, but the one that somehow went crazy on the wrong drugs. And you like, damn, you. That
was Bill in this documentary. Like, damn, he did you like that? Was crazy.
Right.
So Bill and Ty have a working relationship. Ty is like, hey, Bill, I got these little sacks of beans that are kind of cute. And yeah, I'm gonna put some little faces on them, put a little tag on them, they're gonna be real cute. I want you to get in on this with me, but I'm gonna need you to put in $500,000.
By 5 p.m.
Right.
And Bill's 27-year-old ass is like, well, gee, Ty, that is a lot of money. How sure are you about these? What are they? These beanbags?
Right. They didn't even have names at that time.
Right. They didn't have a name. He's like, so you're super sure about this? $500,000, but with these little bean sack things. And Ty was like, yeah, just trust me. Write me the check. And he did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He like literally did. Like
he cut a check.
No haggling. Like
years old with 500,000 liquid ass dollars to just hand over to this white man.
I'm almost assuming that earlier in that week he looked at his girl like, "You want extra shrimp? Bitch, I'm not
Bitch, I cannot believe you ordered that lobster fucking when I went to the bathroom."
Well, right.
I told you I wanted water. Why is
lobster
why is the top on the table? I only drink water when we are out. Tap water.
Where did this bubbly come from?
Who the fuck ordered wine? Bitch,
I know you gotta bring that wine over here, bitch.
And then he just boom.
And he was like, "Oh, $500,000 for something I don't really understand what's happening at. Sure."
I trust
while cussing her out, right? While cussing her out, that's how he told her, "Bitch, you ordered shrimp." Not after I just gave this nigga $500,000. When, nigga?
He's talking to Ty. Yeah. I'm just come by the house. I'm gonna have a check for you. We can have it. Bitch, I'm talking. I don't know. You spent $300 on groceries. I'm not talking to you right now. Just meet me around.
Panera Bread, bitch.
Just come around 8. Bring the cigars. I'm gonna be ready with the check. Just come
right.
Shut up, bitch. Oh, her ass.
That's such a great value.
Me and you, bitch, we ain't even got kids yet. $300. You say $500.
You shopping at Sam's? It's 2 of us.
I shop at Sam's and it's one of me, so I don't know what I have.
Listen, that's so you ain't never gotta go outside again, bitch. That's what
I'm a doomsday prepper all on my own. So Thai Inc. launches in 1993, I guess. Yes, so when he takes his little $500,000, 1993, they hit the ground running. So we meet with Lena, who is employee number 12 at Thai Inc. They got like 5 people working there. They get some more people. Lena's number 12. So there's like 9 Beanie Babies that launched originally, and Like Lena's like, oh, they should all have cute backstories. And Ty was like, you know what? That's an excellent idea. I'm gonna
Do
need
that shit.
87. I'm gonna need 87 poems like by tomorrow.
By 5
By
p.m.
tomorrow.
And, like, that's them.
It's closing
So,
business. I just
Those
emailed you,
poems,
like,
though, I have to say, those poems for me were cuter than I thought that the fucking beanbag was.
The
Like,
leg
so
one about
Lena
the frog
girl,
was adorable.
yes, I know, right? So cute. So Lena girl, wherever you are, keep those poems in your heart, bitch, because
They were cute.
they
Like
were great.
it almost made me want to buy that ugly ass beanie. Like it almost made me want one.
I used to go and just like read all the poems, like in the thing, like.
And then I saw his little folded over, crumpled up ass face, and I was like, "Wow, this is not."
That's what he looked like.
The energy did not match. Like the poem was cute. Like he's gonna hop out. We gonna play leapfrog. We gonna be best friends forever. BFF, me and you. And then he looks like one of those one of those inflatable
you ever
tubes
seen?
you put in front of the car lot, but then when you turn it off,
But there's no air in it. Yes.
Like that's what it
Seen
looks
the
like.
fly? Seen the fly with Jeff Goldblum?
Yes.
Imagine if the fuck up wasn't as fucked up as it was at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it just
Listen.
the energy wasn't matching. Them poems were way too cute for them funny ass fucking looking.
And somebody said in the documentary, I can't remember who, but somebody said something about they have expressive eyes. They don't.
She said that.
That was Mary Beth, I think, that said that shit, and I was like, "Girl,
whoever said
that, you're right. Yeah, it was Mary
whoever
Beth.
said it. These things have dead ass eyes. There's no expression in them.
Like they're
just
little
black ass,
shiny, like opal, like. If you do like craft shit, like it's like the pearls, but it's like the ones that are cut in half, like rhinestones.
Yeah,
like a half rhinestone, but like black. Like it's literally like little black half pearls on their eyes. Like it's not.
So like, what is expressive about dead eyes?
maybe the past interracial dater like crept up in me while watching this, because when she said that, I was like, they are expressive. They are.
I can see that. He looks sad because he only got 60% of beans in him.
Like, if the expression is meant to be like happiness and joyfulness, no. If the expression is meant to be like dark and sad, sure, absolutely, we'll give you
like that. Read my poem. Like,
yeah, like if it's supposed to be like hipster angst, like all American, like what's
like if it's supposed to be like
yeah, if it's supposed to be like emo, like.
If they're supposed to be like this, like
I went to the lake today to play leapfrog, and
my name's Mongo or whatever.
I play the drums or whatever. I just
one of them niggas, you know his name is Kenny. And you see him tomorrow, like, what's up, Kenny? No, Joe. Nigga, what? Like, what
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They were so bad.
But
so Lena is the person that made I think the Beanie Babies appealable. If that,
Lena was the one that made this shit like be
start selling for real, yeah. Because even though the craze is what spiked their money up, I think they I don't know if they mentioned the actual dollar amount, but I'm pretty sure they alluded to the fact that once she started putting those poems on there, sales increased.
Well, yeah, I think it made you connect with it, right? And the kids were buying them, reading the poems, wanting to like play with them. So this starts out like as the craze in like the Chicago greater area, right? Like these I'm the Naperville Four. In Colorado Court, they're little cul-de-sac. So the cul-de-sac moms,
right?
This started out as something their kids were doing, right? Like their kids would be like, "Oh, I want to collect something," and so they would just like go take their kids on the weekends to like find Beanie Babies.
Right.
And this is how you know gas was 98 cents.
So they were like and here's the thing about like Ty and distribution, right? Like Ty didn't believe in doing like commercials. They didn't sell them at like Toys R Us or KB Toys, which at the CEO of Toys R Us at the time seemed very pissed they would not sell them any fucking.
That nigga, he was
He
upset.
had a whole interview about it. He was like, "Nigga, I'm the fucking toy king, bitch. Like, give me your fucking shit, and that shit will fly off the shelf."
King of toys, and Ty was like, "No, because you're gonna discount it.
I'm gonna go to this little fucking shabby ass collectible store in the middle of
which
nowhere."
Honestly, it's smart business because he's right. You sell it to a Walmart, they're gonna Beanie Babies on sale $3, and it's just
right.
Look, for anybody who was not our age or older at that time, watching this, and you went to a fucking craft store in the last 10 years, and you was around for that peppermint soap craze that everybody was going crazy over, that's the equivalent to Beanie Babies.
True shit.
That's the equivalent to how Beanie Babies was in them same shops. They was flying off the shelf.
So we beat Peggy and Paula. Well, we beat Peggy. 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 Paula is her sister. Paula was a nurse, and she got the Beanie Babies out of the hospital gift shop and brings them to Peggy and was like, "Hey, girl, look at these cute little whatevers I got." And Peggy just was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I gotta catch them all." It was like Pokemon moment for her. Boom, like she had her Ash Ketchum vest on. She had to have them all. She was ready. Was gonna catch. So
Sass Ketchum vest.
Yeah, she did. She put the vest on, put her hat on.
She actually did.
And was like, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna ride for Beanie Babies forever. Like, it was like a love at first sight joint, and she was ready. Like,
this is my life now.
Yeah, immediately. Like, she saw that fucking the half full frog and was like, yeah, this is my life. And I guess. So Peggy just like to collect them. And so she gets married, and she's saying that she told her, like, she's hiding like fucking bags of Beanie Babies upstairs in the closet. And then finally, like, she tells her husband, and he was like, okay. But then she also points out that the husband collected fucking cars.
Porsche.
Yeah, so like, get the fuck out of here trying to tell me about a damn $10 beanie baby.
Like, she was hiding $10 Beanie Baby per 100. So if this lady went to the gift shop and bought every Beanie Baby they had, because at this point distribution's low, she goes, she buys every Beanie Baby available on the market at $10 a piece. She spends $100, maybe. Like, like she might spend $150, and she bought every Beanie Baby available.
Right.
He bought a Porsche, man. You're hiding Beanie Babies, and he's buying.
And you can't hide a Porsche, nigga. You can hear that motherfucker coming. Like,
the thing about it.
Like,
the thing about it is, talking to my man's about how he just had to give her $500,000 and you buying $150 in toys, bitch. I'm getting a new car. That was the whole thought process. Is you right? Like, bitch, why are you hiding these? That almost alluded to, like, I didn't want to think nothing bad, but I was like, bitch, is he hitting you? Like, why are you?
I felt horrible for thinking it, but I was like, girl, why are you hiding fucking $200 in Beanie Babies upstairs? Like, didn't you say he had like a Mercedes? Like, what are we doing?
That's what I was gonna say. If his habit is a Porsche and Mercedes collection, bitch, I'm sure, and you don't work, this is less than what even he considers expendable income. Like, he ain't even. That's why he ain't know you had them shits.
You have not crossed the threshold on it. You literally have not crossed the threshold on 1/10 of what one of those cars costs, and you are hiding the bags upstairs. Yeah, so they get like insane with this collecting, right? Like, they are getting in the cars on the weekends, driving around. They are calling from state to state. At one point, they called the Chamber of Commerce and was like, "We need to know every like specialty gift shop in town. Give us."
I know some motherfucker was like, "God damn!"
Right. If another Beanie Baby call come through today, I'm gonna quit.
One lady said her phone bill was $2,000.
Now you gotta think
MCI, nigga. MCI had a hold on the 90s, nigga.
Oh, word, real shit. The fact you even said that. Remember when a nigga, adults having conversations like you leaving MCI to go to Sprint?
Why you really thought MCI was where it was at?
Singular.
MCI was a credit card company, and Sprint was a railroad company at first.
Damn, no, I didn't know that.
South
I was
Pacific
there.
Rail International or some shit
Oh
like
shit!
that.
I didn't know
Anyway,
that.
random shit.
They were spending 2K, and I laughed because I was like, the MCI thing is hilarious because we had a calling card so that we could make long distance phone calls, but that's because my parents were military, so we just so that she could so we could call home and stuff. Mom used to call my grandma all the time, and the bills were ridiculous. So my dad got a calling card and MCI calling card, and we had it well through the 90s, and I think probably until about 2001 we had it.
Wow, yeah, nice. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
she's called my grandma a lot.
Damn, calling cards. Wow.
My daddy
the bill be like unfolding and shit.
Yeah. He's like, if you call your mama one more motherfucking time, girl, we are getting
he said, I'm leaving.
Like, it guy, yeah.
Your daddy snatching the phone out the wall and leaving a handful of change. If you don't take your ass down the street and use that payphone.
There, call your mama now. Hell.
Right.
$5 in change. Have fun.
Go fucking talk your fucking head off, bitch. Oh shit.
Now, but
could you imagine $2,000 on just calls for information? Like you're not even these aren't even pleasurable conversations you having. Like this ain't phone sex. Like you're not even having no good conversations.
Hey, so I'm looking for the lobster Beanie Baby. Do you know Hallmark? What other stores are there? No, not those.
I need all of them.
Like gift shops? Okay. What about the florists? Do they sell gifts?
Would they have them? They might have had them back then, I think. That might have been another place they might have been.
Yeah, they were at florist shops for sure.
Baby with a bouquet?
With a bouquet. That was the thing.
Yep, I can remember getting a couple like bouquets or something with like a little stuffed animal or something wrapped around this like the stem or whatever. So
like the bear that would be wrapped around the stem and shit, or the hands clapped around it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I will give dude that the fact that he only sold to local stores.
I thought that was kind of
dope. Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah,
because he put them in a he allowed a small fucking mom and pop store to compete at least in that arena with bigger stores. You know what I mean?
Money,
make real good money. So that was dope. You know what I'm saying? I forgot where I was going with this. Go ahead, BJ.
So obviously the thing happens with the secondary market for Beanie Babies explodes, right? The resale market explodes.
Right.
Yes, because apparently that the money really isn't in the actual Beanie Baby, it's the reselling of it.
Right, because everybody wants it. They want to complete the collection. They want to be able to check it off the list. And so they're doing anything they can to get their hands on whatever they consider to be a rare or hard to get Beanie Baby.
Or a retired one. Again, one more comparison. For all you niggas who is not old enough, if you are into shoe collecting now and you buy all of the retros, that's what Beanie Babies was.
Yeah, to me, it very much gave me like shoes now, where you're like, like the sneakers app, and like you can't get a shoe when it comes out because some bot has bought literally every shoe and is now re-fucking selling them on fucking Flight Club or Gold or wherever the eBay or whatever the fuck it is.
Like $800 and shit.
Right, shoes that cost $120 or like $800. You're just like, what the fuck is going on?
In recent history, that could also be put to like the PS5, like.
Facts. Big facts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So think of that, but apply it to like Beanie Babies, and that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So furthermore, to let you know how frivolous the 90s was, everything else we just talked about has some value. These are fucking half empty goddamn.
No value.
The 90s was amazing.
No intrinsic value. No resale, no fucking, like if I had to put this shit on my rental insurance, Like, yeah, this is like vibes. Like, I can't put that on my renter's insurance. I have
Be like, well, listen, I'm telling you right now, if I get my house gets broken into, I'm definitely putting down that I had a whole bin full of Beanie Babies to see what happened. Like, I'm gonna see. Like,
yo, and if you think about it, look, the nigga, they didn't build that new, they didn't build that new building until 1997, and I think from the time that the shit called craze before they built that new building, they made like 1.6 million. So that means with the 14 people,
right,
was sewing it. Anybody watching this, I need you to really catch that feeling. You niggas is going crazy over shoes and anything else you collect it. Trust me, do your thing. Put some half-empty bag of chip size was catching the same rate. Bro, one of them shits we sold for like $1,600.
Yes, like hundreds of dollars. So that's what we're saying though. Like the secondary sales is where the money was. So people are going and they're going to these little mom and pops and they are buying all 20 of this fucking lobster, and now they're on eBay selling them for $20, $40 a pop, whatever the case may be.
Right. And so it became like a thing with like these moms and like other people buying, because they would like call the store and be like, I'm going to give you my credit card. I want every Beanie Baby you have just from my credit card and mail them. Like, I don't care what you have. I want them. Like to insanity. Like we meet Janine, who made a Beanie Baby wrap.
Okay. Wait. Oh, hold on. Wait. No.
I fast forwarded to the rap. I just wasn't gonna.
No, we're about to listen to it.
I didn't listen to it. Right.
I listened to about 30 seconds, and I said, "Oh no,
Listen, Janine." Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. We gotta just take a moment to find this because
baby, it's not no Chardonnay in this glass for that. Come on now.
No.
The words just flowed through my fingers as I typed them into a computer. People told me it's catchy. Yeah. Let me tell you something about the Chinese ties. Cream these beans that make me hot. Little beans and the ties and cute little faces and twisted to them into all kinds of places. Smuggling beans upstairs is a lie, and they're all hanging fall on a guy named Ties. Beanie Rap. It's a beanie rap.
Listen, she said she sent that shit to the radio stations.
It never got played, but you know.
975. Like she'd have to get him a whole fucking bin full of Beanie Babies to play that shit.
Can you imagine in the late 90s turning on your new DJ Clue? DJ Clue. Or can you imagine Flex? Can you imagine Flex coming on the radio, immediately dropping bombs, and that's what he plays behind it?
How many y'all got Beanie Babies? It's a Beanie Rap. I'm all tied up.
Literally, Flex drop a bomb on these niggas. Like, what is going on here?
Like, she was so proud of it. It got published in a magazine. She really was trying to, like, float it to Dr. Dre and shit. Like, it was great.
She got excited. She heard Beanie Raps, and here she came. So,
I can't remember dude's name. Remember the dude in Von Dutch that once we watched the whole thing, he really didn't have shit to do with it? That's the vibe I get from Janine. Like,
I didn't agree with that theory. I just want to say that.
It's like, we get it. But why you here? You know what I mean?
But she's poor now. That's why she's here, because it's bankruptcy. Yeah. So
I literally wrote Beanie Rap, nigga.
So this shit jumps off, right? Like, because this is early internet, right? Like, this is when people had webmastering classes. This is when GeoCities was still a fucking thing. So Linda convinces Ty that they need a website, right? And this is when shit gets crazy because now everybody in America that wants Beanie Babies can, put in their America Online free 40-hour trial. Load up their discs and they could, make sure they, plug their extra phone in and dial up.
How did you forget those trials? I used to make stuff out of those fucking CDs because I used to send so many of them to our house. Like,
I remember now, yeah, like right, because niggas shit, we're gonna keep this internet going, but the fact you said it is like, wow, yeah, niggas really had trial packages. You at the crib,
yeah, like they used to send you the internet, nigga, in the mail.
In the mail, nigga.
That's what they fucking did.
Fucking
they sent you the internet on a CD, nigga.
And the crazy part is when they were mailing the internet to you on these fucking CDs, your computer still had a slot for floppy disks.
Some niggas had to go get new PCs in order
to get the internet that came in the mail.
Yes.
Listen,
the floppy disk. What a fucking we have.
Remember the bigger versions of the floppy disks?
Yes, nigga. You remember the first time you saw one? You remember the first time you saw one in person? That shit was like a treasure.
Like this fucking big. Like, yeah. I don't think this is going on my computer. What is this for?
It was like the first time I saw that. It was okay. So we had my 8th grade class was he was our math teacher, but we also had like a computer lab on one side, and then the very back of his classroom. So these are regular computers, but in the very back was this prehistoric one, and he used to have Wheel of Fortune on that big ass floppy disk, and then this like random like ass fucking karate game that nobody could ever figure out. But he had like a whole thing of those, and we used to hella play big floppy disk Wheel of Fortune on the side. And Vanna Wright was like,
let me go turn the water.
Like, yo, that's the equivalent to the first time. I don't know for y'all, but the first time I for real saw microfiche, you really looked at that shit. I was like, oh, nigga, it's a whole new world. Like, why is this? Right. Like, I don't understand why y'all stored this on this shit so small.
Right.
It's still pretty.
What was the reason?
What was the reason?
Right.
We don't know to this day.
I still don't know. Like, and they haven't even made nothing like newer and easier to use to look at microfiche.
Right. That's my thing. You telling me I got this disc that I got at worst, I might have left it at work. Microfiche, nigga, I can't even do this at home. I gotta go to the library.
I gotta go to the library and then go down to the basement. Like, why are all the microfiche things in the basement?
I gotta schedule a time to come look at my information.
To go into a room.
Wild times.
Oh my god.
Ooh, you niggas will never know about the Dewey Decimal System. You young niggas. Oh my god.
Y'all just go in there just aimlessly looking for books and shit.
Yeah, I had a web mastery class in high school, so there you go.
Listen, come on now.
Web mastery. So we just sitting there on the fucking candy, fucking translucent Apple Macintosh.
Come on now, come on with the
iMacs. A big ass iMac ass, colorful ass back. And we used to have to fucking do code on GeoCities and make fucking web pages about ourselves. Like, girl, oh my god. The internet is the thing of the future. You're gonna need to learn how to make web pages to use it.
No, the day they start teaching the day they start teaching the day they started teaching us all that, like the computer shit, was, I think, if you really think about it, like, when do you remember the last time in school that you were required to write in cursive?
High school?
When I learned?
No, when you were still required to. There was a time.
I
stopped being required when I learned. When they were like cursive, okay, great. And then after that, nobody gave a fuck. Like 4th grade?
Yeah, I think so.
But see, for me, and that's the crazy part. See, that's how I know. Well, I mean, clearly I'm older than y'all, but like, the requirement stopped for me. You got to figure, I was damn near about to graduate high school when the internet, when AOL was that, you know what I mean? So, y'all I was just thinking about it in the sense of what you was talking about as far as like just advancement and all of that shit. But any fucking way.
Mhm.
I was comparing it. That like cursive is just, you know what I mean? Like these niggas will never know. You niggas will never know. I used to be
Never
required to
know.
do 10-page papers in cursive, double space. You niggas just
Like, why am I writing this?
all of this. Why?
And the double space, honestly, like I realized, like the double space is really only for the teacher to talk shit in between your shit that you write. Like, so really, I should just write the single space because, like,
all right, I got it done 5 pages, single space. You
right?
disrespectful
Because
motherfucker.
that's all that these other 5 pages is room for you to talk shit about what I said. And I just don't make sense in circular shit.
So
Yeah, I used to hate that when when teachers used to circle some shit and put a question mark. Like, bitch, I said what I said.
I said what I said. What you mean question mark?
What are you questioning, bitch?
I fucking put another question mark next to it. Like, what, bitch?
Okay,
that's the one I said.
I said.
And you're saying this to say what?
With an arrow right back to it, right? Question mark
Like,
arrow
no.
right back to my shit. Like,
please see previous censors, bitch.
Not changing. No edits. Like,
yo, y'all reminded me of the
what's
nigga
up,
I seen.
Sean?
What up, my nigga? Y'all reminded me of a tweet I seen earlier today. This nigga, a teacher, he said, I can't believe one of my students just emailed me and was like, I'm gonna need that 83 bumped up to an A and I ain't taking no for an answer. Nigga, what?
Nigga, this is a threat and I'm forwarding this to somebody. Get out of here, nigga. And now you here's that 79.
You have an 83 for a reason. That's not a name. So sorry.
Right. You an 83 ass nigga.
Like, you gonna let it ride while your ass is built like a beanie baby. Get the fuck out of here.
You beanie baby built
beanie baby built ass. Get off my email.
Oh my god. Okay, so the internet was in the mail.
So Ty is very smart about this, right? Because in 1996, he's like, fuck it, we finna start retiring these beanie babies. And then they could get like on the endangered list, like they were fucking condors or whatever. Like
somebody was hunting them and shit.
Yeah, it was very like, and then these women are sitting here like, no, I don't think he did it on purpose. What the fuck? Yes, he did.
He definitely
all of this was on purpose. He's not fucking stupid.
Right.
Like, he knows you want this shit and you're fucking forcing your kids to drive around for 8 hours in Kansas to get it. Like, yay! Oh, Sunday treats. Love that for me.
Love it.
So yeah, like they're just like, oh, he didn't do it on purpose. No, he did it on purpose.
Oh, she's saying beanie baby built bitch? Is that what she's saying? Hey.
So around 1997, like shit ramps up, right? And we meet Queenie Beanie, who is Phyllis. And Phyllis is like, I don't give a fuck about these beanie babies. What I do give a fuck about is that these checks clear. That's all that is all I'm concerned about. Phyllis is like, I was telling the people, like, if you put 50K in my account, I'll get you whatever beanie baby you want. I know how to get the beanie
And they were doing that.
She said a Marine stationed in Hawaii, a grown ass man.
We accept this.
We accept it in the spirit that it was given. Amen.
Thank you. Right. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. So she says that the man told her, I got $20,000. I'm gonna need beanie babies. And she said, okay. She didn't trust like mailing them through the mail because it had gotten so bad that people were getting robbed for beanie babies, like getting their houses broken into, like the
niggas was like following UPS trucks around.
Yeah, like the security guard got like it beat up with a sledgehammer because he was guarding.
Sledgehammer, right? Somebody's house got broken into. Remember the house got broken into and they took like $300,000 worth of beanie babies out of somebody's house. Like, god damn.
Nigga. That's wild. That would be the equivalent of like niggas like finding a nigga internet on or address on the internet and running it up on their house. Like that's the equivalent of that in the 90s. It was like niggas saw you go to the fucking Hallmark store one too many times.
You came out with a clear plastic bag of beanie baby. You let me see them beanie babies. That's how niggas was generalizing it. It's your fault you got robbed, nigga.
You over here flaunting your Beanie Babies and shit.
It was very much giving Ryan Coogler in the bank, not wanting, like, hey, be discreet, mama.
No.
Like, it was very, like, don't put my Beanie Babies in the clear bag. Like, I need them put in a box, and I need you to put, like, fucking, put me some plastic flowers and, like, 6 of those fucking sorry for your loss sympathy cards on the top. And then I'm also need some Mylar balloons. What else you got, baby? Give me 2
Very
gift bags.
detailed.
I'm gonna need 2 or 3
Listen,
gift bags.
well-
I'm gonna need fucking crepe paper. Like, I need tissue paper. Punch it down on, put them in the bottom. Put the tissue paper. Put the rest of the shit on top, girl, and then box it up. I don't need nobody knowing what the fuck I got.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
That shit is crazy. And they still gonna call the cops.
So then, as with everything that gets popular, right? China is like, okay, girl, let me get some 75% cheaper fabric. Let me use 22% less beans.
The motherfucker is already halfway slumped. China went with the stanky leg lean on their shit. Like,
And the part that was so bad is because you have these, like, you have the fucking Naperville 4 all over fucking television talking about counterfeit goddamn Beanie Babies. And she's like, well, you can tell because when you flip it over, the
This
plush
one's
is
not as soft.
not as soft. Like, I was, oh my God. When the fucking guy at Customs cut open that box and thought that they were full of Coke, only to realize that they were just fucking Beanie Babies.
nah.
Not smuggling Beanie Babies. No. He was really like, I really thought I was gonna find some drugs.
Like,
Duh.
he
You know?
absolutely thought he had a drug bust on his hands, only to find out that it was just counterfeit fucking Beanie Babies. Hey, drunk.
He definitely thought he was getting a promotion.
Hey,
No,
drunk.
when you
Hey,
trying to do a
co-host.
bus, right? They go to the fourth co-host.
God, can y'all call your niece. Call
Girl,
your niece. Call your niece. Look.
Hey,
You know,
Look.
you know how black people
would
be.
you like to?
Be like,
did you have a
go on,
Beanie Baby? Would you like to
Right.
contribute?
Do you have something to say? Well, grown folks are talking now, baby. So no.
Go ahead and play now.
Go.
Right. Oh, you had a Beanie Baby? Okay, we heard you.
We glad.
Okay, that's good. That's so nice, baby. Go ahead now.
God damn. Look what I did. Like, girl, no move. I
cannot.
You gave me Stewart. That was Stewart energy right there. Let me do it. Look, that's what I was about to say. You know, when you're going on a bus that big, you got to go to whoever the big nigga is to get the clearance. Can you imagine being like, yo, I'm pretty sure they bringing in the dope. I know it.
I heard the drop was gonna happen at 5 in the morning, and if I could just have like 10 or 15 people, like I'm not even asking for the whole fucking precinct, just 10 or 15 people,
Right.
and I promise you,
we're gonna be good.
All right, your career's on the line.
And then it's just beans, like it's just beans. Just
wife,
Beanie
like,
Baby
hey.
styrofoam inside.
Listen.
I ain't even supposed to be calling you right now, but I know I'm about to make the biggest bus ever. Go ahead and book them tickets to Jamaica. Hangs the
Go
phone
ahead and
up.
make the reservations, baby.
Right.
Order that shrimp.
You.
You don't even gotta get tap water this time. You can have a pop. Like that's
Listen, you want that sparkling shit? Bring my baby some sparkling shit.
You want to go somewhere where a nigga name is Garcon? Bet. We going out.
Bitch, let's go. Right.
No
nope,
Beanie
call
Baby.
A nigga boy in a fancy language.
So this is where
way off topic, but on topic. I swear to God, I had a conversation with somebody. You ever noticed that every TV show in the 90s, when they was really trying to take their girl out, it was always some whack ass French name?
French? Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Martin was like Say Maurice.
It really was always a French.
It was always cheap pasta, like ridiculously ugly ass pasta and like some burnt down candles. Like you like.
Yeah, you're right.
But don't
Everybody
take me
was
there.
on
I don't want to go.
Okay.
So they're counterfeiting.
Peggy was the number one authenticator, right?
Yeah. Peggy
she was the one that like you could, she could tell from the belly if it was soft or not. Cause she
Yeah.
like that's such a weird thing to know.
Like she
but
she
anyway.
was the foremost leading expert on Beanie Baby authentication. Like she was doing it. You could send your Beanie Baby to her for $20. She had you.
Oh yeah, like you could send it to her. She give you a little card, a little clear case. She like seal it up and shit, like you never touched it and shit. But
Yeah,
like
she-
it's $25 a pop.
$20
So if you send her
Yo,
four,
when
it's
they-
$100.
When they asked her about that at the end, that's how you knew that her husband really had money. When they asked her about all of that at the end, and she just kind of laughed it off like it was $100. Like, bitch, you authenticated 130,000 Beanie Babies at $25
Right.
a pop. And
Right.
you
Oh,
like,
they were like, repeat that number. And she was like,
Right.
whatever, like
125,877. I misheard and thought she said $20, and I did the math. Peggy has made $2,517,540 authenticating Beanie Babies at $20.
Somebody telling you a half-empty bag with a stanky leg lead. You didn't pay this motherfucker to tell you if it's real or not. And she done made
has
$2
made
million.
I mean, and to
$3
make it
million.
nice if it is real, you get a certificate and shit.
Like she has
Right.
he has literally made $3 million over the past 25 years authenticating Beanie Babies.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
So we find out that Ty, who we really know. Okay, so these women are
Anybody want to like send me like a gram of their weed? I'll authenticate it.
right.
I
like,
thought I had a picture of Ty right there.
So Ty is
I'll taste
weird
it and see if it's
looking.
real.
Like he's weird looking. He's very reclusive. Like he doesn't do interviews. I think the only interview he gives is to Joni, who works for People. Like, but these women are like going all over the fucking, they're going to shows. They're fucking going on television. Mary Beth has her own magazine about fucking Beanie Babies. And this is when we find out Ty is particularly
Ty ain't shit.
Ty's particularly litigious. And it was like, hey, you can't call it Mary Beth's Beanie World. You are using Beanie. That's our shit. Copyrights, girl. We not letting that happen. So
now, mind you,
shit, her show, her magazine have been going for a whole year and a half already.
That for two, they wasn't getting paid for doing none of this shit. They out here cheerleading across the whole country, and the only thing they get paid is whatever the fucking the networks is paying them to come talk.
The money, the money to get the magazine popping, she had to come up with. Like this was not something funded by Ty Inc. or none of that.
Right. This was just them doing shit because they like Beanie Babies.
Day, everybody that we've interviewed can some way directly or indirectly admit that if it wasn't for these 4 white women, this shit wouldn't have happened no way. And you gonna come like this time, nigga?
So he basically was like, "Girl, you gotta change the name of your magazine." So now it got called Beanbag Magazine.
Yes,
Beanbag World. Yeah, yep.
I didn't like it. It sounded
they could have did something better than that. That was
weird. It gave me taking over Bob Ross and selling Bob Ross. It gave me that kind of
it was like weird. Like I didn't Beanbag World just implies that like you sell like actual like beanbag chairs and like
that's what I'm thinking, right?
Furniture and like pillows. Like it didn't give me Beanie Babies.
They really did like we said, like those 4 women are like part of the main reason why they fucking blew up in the first place. And they really knocked on her door and served her papers like, bitch.
Right.
We hate this for you, but
which is crazy. And so then, like 1997, Princess Diana dies. They make a Princess Diana bear. I do remember this bear.
I remember that bear too.
Didn't want one, but remember it. I remember thinking, God, that's ugly. Like that sucks.
Thank you.
It was pretty ugly. Let me see.
I was like, if you were gonna like make a bear like for Princess Diana, like why wouldn't you like give it a crown? Like I
wanted it to have her haircut.
like why couldn't it have the little feather or like? Which I get they didn't have hair, but I just feel like if you're gonna make a special edition, like
it was just purple,
where you only send 12 to each retailer, like it needs to not look like every other bear you put out. Like it just, I don't know, it wasn't giving.
It's $40 on eBay right now.
Look, in a low lit room on the other side of the room, you can mistake that.
Sorry, my ring lights.
Why does it look fat? Oh my God, it looks obese.
It does.
I don't like how the legs look big.
Wide backed ass Beanie Baby.
Nigga, wait, that might. Somebody has this one on Etsy. Someone has it on Etsy for $48,000.
They're never seeing heaven.
$50,000.
But hey, what they say though, it was like a 300% increase in videos that hit the internet in 2021. This shit might catch. Shit repeats itself all the time. I would not be surprised if every nigga that you know that still got a collection of them shits don't become millionaires within the next 10 years. You never know.
And here's the thing. I
it
think
could have been so much cuter, is what we're saying.
Yeah, like I think realistically, like those people that are starting to do the videos and stuff, like you're going through them, right? Like, and I think it's like retro, like all that retro shit is coming back. But there has to be like a market for that. And I think like if you're talking about nostalgia, like the idea, right? Why the beanie like crashed is because people weren't making money anymore. So if your mom or dad or whoever paid X amount of money for this shit, and then you're like, I'm gonna sell them for $15, like, but I also think like the one guy who said he sold his, like he bought a 4 bins for $20, like good on him. He's
because he sold 3 and made his money back.
Right, that is absolutely a sound business investment on something that really does not have any intrinsic value. Because after you sell 3, you're good. Everything you sell after 3 is just profit. So that's very smart. Right. But for people that were buying them for thousands of dollars, like you're just trying to break even now, and I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, real shit.
Like I mean, they're gonna be able to offload some of the more like real like.
Yes,
and they were. That Princess Diana bear disappointed me. Like that.
It was like
had a crown. Like at least
it wasn't even holding a candle in the wind. Like I don't
like nothing. Like, it was not giving.
Like, what it had a rose? Like, do we know if her favorite flower was a rose?
I don't even. We can't even confirm that.
Exactly. Rose. Like it wasn't doing. Like I don't.
It really.
I'm looking at it.
No bullshit.
If we didn't know that it got released as the Princess Di Bear, we wouldn't know that it's the Princess Di Bear.
Look, no, I didn't remember the bear, right? So when they talking about it, I'm expecting that when I see this on screen, I'm really expecting like a white bear. Maybe the eyes are going to be a little bit bigger, some pink in the hair, and a crown. Like I've already formulated in my head what this bear's going to look like. And then that shit popped on screen, and I was like, Grimace? What? You get
fucking like McDonald's vibes.
The one that's on Etsy for $39,000 has gotten authenticated by our girl.
Really? Shout out to Paula. Get that money.
Peggy.
Nah, Paula.
Yeah.
No, Peggy. Paula's the sister.
Oh, right, my bad. Real shit, my bad.
Facts. But it's got the little certificate.
And then they got the teen. Then this one the shit really got to jump. And they made the teeny beanies that you could get in the Happy Meals.
Shit went crazy.
Bongo, hey teeny beanie.
Right.
You could get them in the Happy Meals. These motherfuckers were giving their children $20, telling them to buy Happy Meals, and then making them get back in line and buy another Happy Meal, and then getting back in line and buying another Happy Meal, going through the drive-through, buying 80 Happy Meals,
throwing food away, not eating any of this, just throwing it away.
And again, like you couldn't say, hey, I don't need the food. Could you maybe give it to the next person, or could you donate this meal to somebody? I just want the beanie back. Like nothing. Just fuck it. We're gonna throw this food away.
Yep. Right. The 90s created the throwaway society we live in now.
It did.
Shit, because we were so fucking frivolous. You're right.
Yeah. That's true. That's very real.
Listen, that's what I'm saying, Autumn. Everybody can send us you can send me a 0.5 and I will fucking authenticate that fuck out of shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like,
well, don't send me any, but you can send me your vodka and I'll authenticate that.
Listen, like she gonna switch it around in her mouth and shit, and like all of that shit, and be like, "Yeah,
we'll let you know."
Your vodka, I'll authenticate your Hennessy for you.
We're gonna be like,
I can also do tequila.
This weed.
That's definitely tequila. That's not Casamigos. And I don't know why they put it in this bottle, girl, but this tequila.
And it is tequila.
It is tequila. That's Tito's, girl. Don't know what they told you.
This is just sweet tea, girl. This is not Douce.
Right. This is sweet tea with a little bit of old ass bourbon in it. Like somebody got
This is the whatever the remnants of the Douce that was in the bottle. Nigga.
You got
That's
to
what
this day.
is. Like.
This not right. No, this not.
It's not giving.
This not what you pay for.
Thanks for coming to All Dogs Up Consulting Services. We're here all the time.
Reach out to us now. This is
Authenticate,
on standby.
consult. Just have a good time. We're here all the time.
Consultants are on standby, waiting for you now. Please dial
we're gonna reseal your bottle back and send it back.
We are here. You can send us your podcast. Is that a podcast?
The commercial ends with us all going back to back in business suits with the wind blowing.
Standing by now. We're gonna start our authenticating podcast. Just send us your clips. We'll let you know if it's a podcast or not.
We'll let you know if it's a podcast or not. It's like this ain't no podcast.
They're talking about $200 dinner dates. Okay, yeah, that's a podcast.
This is a podcast.
Okay, great. Murder, you say?
They're talking about cheating again. Okay, well, I guess
it's podcast. The waterways in Indiana. This is not a podcast.
This is NPR. No.
Right. This is talk radio.
So they make $1 billion off these fucking Beanie Babies, like ungodly amounts of money. Like the gentleman that gave Ty the startup money, Mark, I think he was just like, so he went from like $2 million in sales one year to the next year like $20 million. Like the line on the graph was like just up, like steady state.
No, he said 230. I thought.
I
thought he said from 2 to 230. That's why he was like, "Yo, this shit is crazy."
Might be because he bought a Porsche.
That would be even more insane.
I was like,
let's not. A Porsche 911, like. So let's not forget though the traffic beanies. The
ones that people were jumping out of
the McDonald's truck heist and the employee theft. All of this was happening around those teeny beanies. So when teeny beanies came out, this was like, although Beanie Babies were everywhere, this was probably the most mainstream place that you could find them from, right?
Right, because I would not allow them. Like they had calls from everybody trying to like capitalize and merchandise with Ty. And he just was not having it. So the McDonald's like joint partnership for the teeny beanies was really the only other thing you could do besides buy Beanie Babies.
Super exclusive.
There was not like backpacks. There wasn't merchandise. You couldn't go to Walmart and get like a Beanie Baby t-shirt. None of that was happening.
This nigga was selling dope. That's all this was.
That's all I'm hearing.
And he did it so great too, right? Like, nigga, I'm not about to go to this big distributor. I don't need all that. He Frank Lucas the shit out of the fucking Beanie Baby game.
He really did. So there is something, I don't even know how this happens, but some fucking Beanie Babies or teeny beanies get like dropped onto the freeway. And there is aerial footage of these people in full on, like on the fucking freeway, slowing down, opening up their doors, hopping out, and grabbing these things off of the freeway. Like, I don't know that I want anything that bad.
So when I saw the girl jump out and run and get him, two things crossed my mind. That looked like that was a teenage girl. So if that was anything other than another teenager in that driver's seat, meaning an adult, I got a fucking problem. Like, bro, you really let your daughter jump out? If it was
a parent, she probably is the one who was like, "Hey, go grab those."
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then it also made me think, because luckily, nobody got hurt in them doing that shit. But it made me think, and again, the fucking 90s, it made me think of a story when I heard of a girl who died because she drove her car over a cliff because she was trying to reach down and feed her gigapet before it died.
Okay, so fun fact about the difference between me and a gigapet is a gigapet got a fucking reset button if this motherfucker die. I do not. I may come back as something else, but it won't be me.
Just reset it. Have a new gigapet. Like what?
Right.
Oh god.
Yo, that was another thing.
Is that real?
Yeah.
From what I
really?
I looked it up and I seen a story about it. I didn't like super fact check it, but I've seen like more than one article about it. Like, yeah, she had the gigapet in her hand. She swerved the car somehow, like driving, and she dropped it in the passenger seat on the floor. So she reaches down to grab this shit. This is what the writer is writing anyway. Clearly, they weren't there. But point is,
it would have been very, very devious if they were.
Like, where did you just jump out? Like,
why you didn't?
But not, yeah. Right. You heard it going off. You knew it was about to die. But yeah, I don't know how to feed
I just
it.
really don't appreciate how Gigapets was like really just real helpless. Like, not you just sitting in your shit though. Like, can you please not like?
Could you move? Like, just get up. Like, I'll clean it up, but also, why are you sitting there? Like, just get up.
You're not sitting there.
Like, you're not wearing a diaper. You're a pet. Like, just. Like, are you sick? Like, for real? Like, I want to take you back and get a new one because my dog was never just sat in his own shit for no reason.
I think something wrong with my gigapet. What's wrong, young man?
Like, are you pet? Like, are you a pet? Like, you know, it's fucking stupid. Like, yeah, it's dumb. Like, I want to return this one. It's fucking dumb. Like,
oh my god,
it's eating its shit. Like, I want to return this one.
I'd love to see.
Something's
I
wrong
love
with
to
him.
meet somebody. I love to meet a person who fucking kept the battery going and their gigapet is like 25 years old right now. Like, can you imagine if somebody still had one?
That would be amazing. They were just changing the batteries out all this time.
I think I mentioned this on the show before, but I had like the off-brand cheap ass version, some shit my mom put in my like fucking stocking one Christmas, and it was like purple with like a pink lanyard, and you could wear it around your neck, but it was like it wasn't a pet, it was a fucking kid.
Oh, it was a child?
What? No, and then
are you sure this wasn't like
wait, and it would get mad at you for not paying it attention, and it would like run away.
Wait, what? You had a runaway teen on your neck? Is what you
like, swear to God, this shit would get mad and like run the fuck away, and then you would like,
and the screen would just be blank and shit.
Yes, and then like 2 or 3 days later, it would like come back, but like.
Oh my god!
And you had to like clean its room and shit. Like, oh
what
my god!
Wait a second. What was this called?
Right. I want this.
I'm gonna have to Google until I find that shit. But I don't know where she got that fucking shit at. I don't listen. I don't motherfucking know. I know we got that shit in our stock, and me and my cousin, I finally said I don't want this, and I just told her I don't want this. Like it would beep and shit in the middle of the night. Like it would cry. Like it would beep and shit. Like you couldn't turn it off unless you like fed it. Like it was like,
bitch, is this just a form of like high school?
It was like Tamagotchi home ec. Like oh my god. Like Tamagotchi home ec. And I was like, I didn't sign up for this. I just wanted a fucking Christmas present. Like, girl, what is this?
Oh my god, that's so funny. Not cleaning up the room.
Like I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna fucking find it because listen, I vividly remember this shit. It was like purple with pink buttons, and it had like a little pink lanyard that you could like wear. I'm gonna find it because girl, like that shit ran away all the time because I was sleeping through that shit. Did not care.
Wow.
You know they have Tamagotchis now. You can still buy.
I don't know what Tamagotchi.
They're like $20 on.
I wouldn't want a Tamagotchi either.
Called My Baby.
Maybe.
No, it doesn't look like that, right?
Shit.
My ring light. Sorry,
girl. Maybe. I don't. Maybe I had the knockoff version of that. Like I don't know. She literally stuck that shit down in my.
It was
stocking.
pink with blue buttons.
It could have been like, girl. It was literally she stuck it in my.
I'm
stocking.
sorry. I'm very invested in it.
No, like
$10. Like who knows? Like it was some cheap shit she found in the store and was like, oh, I'm gonna put it in her stocking, girl. It couldn't have cost more than $20. So whatever it was, who knows?
Okay.
Absolutely the knockoff brand of some other shit. I'm sure. Probably was My Baby. My Baby brand knockoff because yeah.
Wow. This is just wow.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Wow.
So Ty made like $1 billion, right? And this is where we talk about he ain't shit, right? Because the first year they had like all the sales and shit. Ty gives out bonuses. Everybody gets their annual salary as a bonus.
Right.
The next year they get billionaire Beanie Babies as a gift.
It's just a bear with a dollar sign on his fucking chest.
Correct. It's a brown bear with like a green dollar sign. And so the management lady is saying, well, yeah, he's like, I've never seen so many billionaires in one room. And they were like, bitch, you're the only billionaire here. What are you talking about?
No, he said I ain't never been in a room with so many millionaires. And she said that the management team got mad because they weren't making no money like that. But the selling, the lower level salesman niggas was literally millionaires.
Right, because they were getting commission off sales. So absolutely.
Right. Hey, one more reference though to the dope game. This nigga literally gave them they equal salary. Next year was like, take these bears, nigga, and get it how you live. I'm gonna give you this brick. Just bring me back things.
I've led you to water, nigga. And you ain't getting shit else from me.
All right, take this bear. You know what's going on in the streets. Get it how you live. Well, and how would nigga make a bear and come out the gate knowing that like when you make that and that's like setting up the drama around it. For everybody that was collecting that shit to know that the only people who had them was the employees, hell yeah, you about to pay 6 racks for this shit if you think it's about to turn you over at least 100% profit in the future. Like that shit is crazy.
And the thing about it was that with Show City, like she said, they were immigrants, they were people that weren't making a lot of money, they weren't speaking any English, but then he numbered every fucking billionaire bear so that he knew exactly which employee it belonged to. So right. Queenie Beanie Phyllis said that when she would put them on eBay, she would do a range of numbers so that he wouldn't be able to look and figure out which employee sold their bear.
Right.
Which smart of her. He was fucked up. Like he was fucked up for that. So absolutely.
Right.
Because
you don't want them to sell it, but that's the gift, my nigga. Like
you went from nothing to to billions of dollars. But you're giving them a bear.
He's literally acting like these niggas work here because they love Beanie Babies, like
right,
and not because they like need a paycheck.
and on top, it's like a lot of them niggas like in your first million, a lot of y'all was still the 14 people, bro. Like you growing, my nigga. Like I just don't understand because when she said he gave everybody the equivalent to a year's salary, clearly everybody's not making the same amount of money. So somebody's getting, you know what I mean? So if you got the enough money to get this nigga 50, this person 70, this person 35, this person 100, then my nigga next year, even if you don't want to do that, you can give sometimes everybody get 25,000, whatever. Yeah,
everybody
you gave these niggas
whatever.
You gave them bears that you knew would sell on resale for way more,
and then tried to stop them from reselling it.
Come on, bruh.
Like you could have just gave them $6,000. You literally have $1 billion. You could have gave everybody $6,000. Like, and this would have ended all of this. For a bear, you fucking took 30 cents to make. Like, just annoying. So Lena, who basically jumped all this shit off, was making $12 an hour. So she goes in and makes a fair proposal.
She was still making $12 an hour after she elevated the whole fucking brand. Like, seriously.
Yep.
And they
$1 billion brand.
And she says, hey, I'm not asking for much. I want 120K, which at that time was good. But hey, in the 90s, that was some serious ass money.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
But, you know, that's what she's the one keeping your website going. She's the one doing all of this work. I feel like she's worth it. They tell her, no, girl, because the board of directors is a bunch of old white men. And they were like, I don't understand the internet.
We don't know what the internet is. I just got it in the mail.
Right. It was the internet's not going to last. Nobody's going to use this, blah, blah, blah. And so she quit.
And dipped the fuck out. As she should have. She went
good for her.
Right.
So then Ty goes back to Mark and is like, hey, so great job on slinging these beanie babies all around the Canadian provinces.
It's cute, but I'm going to need your whole client list and I'm going to need you to put your fucking building up as collateral.
I mean, you just sling these beanie babies faithfully. Like, you ain't done nothing to make me feel like you're not slinging the beanie babies like you should be. But anyway.
Right.
Just to be sure.
Now, wasn't this after the court case though? For when what's the name was going up for tax evasion?
No,
Because
No, this is
what
before.
this had, but the part where we get into the only reason I'm asking this is just because of the impact. At least I'm missing something. This was on a downturn, right? This is when the Beanie Baby stopped selling as much from the resale side, right? And that's why he came to him like, okay, no, I just wanted to make that point because like, how you
Oh
coming to
yeah.
your man's and being like, yo, nigga, I need you to put up your whole spot, like, you know what I
It's
mean?
I definitely think that Ty was hoping that people would just be buying these and keeping them forever and not like making more money than he was off the original sale. And I
right,
think
because
that
this
that's where it
happens.
all.
Yeah, because he's wanting this man's like building and his fucking customer list. And this is before like it burst. This is just kind of when they're just making money when he's asking this. And so when he's
Right.
like, no, I'm not gonna do that, Ty cut him off and he ended up having to close. Like this is what we were talking about earlier. He had to fire everybody, go to the bank, have the bank sell off like all the Beanie Babies they have, and he had to close his business down.
Yeah, and it's the nigga who gave you the 500 racks to start your shit. And
Right.
he cut him at the knees like that. Like, ooh.
It was down bad. And he was like, this is the closest to a nervous breakdown I ever got, which leads me to believe that he had like other subsidiaries. Like to me, when he just was sitting there very calmly, it seems like he gave him the $500,000 for that particular thing. And he was the redistributor in Canada, but that was not his whole business. Like he sells toys,
Right.
and that was just that Beanie Baby division that he had to close.
Right.
Like he didn't say it with the urgency of a nigga who lost everything. You know what I mean? Like it didn't give me this man put me out of business. It gave me I had to close down that branch of my business.
Right.
Nah, that's exactly
and
what
make
it
money
was.
elsewhere.
Yeah, he
That's
was selling
exactly
other
what it was.
toys. I think he just had to close down the Beanie Baby shit. I don't think he was whatever. So 1999, Ty decides I'm gonna pull a stunt, like because he's a stunt queen ass. So Ty is like, I'm gonna just tell the people I'm not selling Beanie Babies anymore. No more. Whatever the stores have, that's all they're getting. Come this day, we're not having no more Beanie Babies. That's it. That's all. And
he was just jumping on the like Y2K, everybody's like freaking out craze. Like, so let me give you what if when the clock strikes fucking 12 a.m. on 2000 and Beanie Babies don't exist no more, nigga. Like,
Right.
That's basically what he was doing.
Had the whites shook. Had the snow roaches and the Caucasians fucking shook.
The snow roaches.
Had them shook. Like they were okay, I'm sorry, white people. My bad. Caucasians.
Mayonnaise sapiens.
We want you to keep listening to the show. So not snow roaches or mayonnaise sapiens. The Caucasians.
They are mayonnaise sapiens.
He had the white women of the cul-de-sac. The cul-de-sacians.
Up in arms.
The Caucasians of the cul-de-sacians in Naperville Core. He had them shook. The cul-de-sacians. He had them like they were shook. They were like, oh shit, we got to get all the Beanie Babies, round up the troops, get your children some Capri Suns and a fucking what is it, Dunkaroo? Like get the snacks.
Listen. Nigga, why did my grown ass was like, ooh, Dunkaroos?
Right.
Why were we eating that?
Because it was delicious.
The same reason
bitch, it is literally just cookies and frosting, and bitch, I almost
delicious.
had
like now
my body almost went into a sugar shock, bitch.
Like now my old ass can't handle it, but like back then, yes, everything.
Nigga, hey.
Wait, okay, so
I ate them.
Go.
That's all.
Like, was it?
You said you ate them 2 weeks ago?
Like a fun dip, like I ain't had a Dunkaroo in a minute, but I'm just thinking of like.
Oh, I fuck with fun dips though. I'm not gonna lie, get real high, and I really enjoy that.
Like bring back fun dips, like that's amazing.
Yeah. Yo, I still look, no bullshit. My ex, like 2 exes ago, she was like, "Yo, if you don't stop chewing those sugar bags, like I still chew sugar and Kool-Aid." All right, go ahead.
He said my ex 2 exes ago. Like, and I'm sitting here like. My ex carry the 3. How many?
Right.
And then, like, don't forget that, like, we just sprung forward too. So you gotta
his ex twice removed.
In there, right.
My girlfriend twice removed. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was so maybe off topic, but do you remember they used to have these fucking granola bars? It was like koalas or something. with koalas, but it was like little granola bars. Like,
Whatever, niggas.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. But yeah, it was like these little fucking koala fucking granola bars that they used to sell. Now they make like Quaker Oat Chewy, but before that it was like the same consistency, but it was like koala fucking granola bars. And I just remember that being a very 90s thing, and I can't think of it. But
I remember those Sunbelt granola bars.
Do you remember stage planks?
Oh yes, the little strawberry or like the little. Why the fuck were they called stage planks? Like,
I have no idea. I think it was supposed to be. If you really look at it, I really think it was like the boards of a ship, like the floor. So that's the only thing I can.
You could have just made a flat ass cookie.
Now I'm like, damn, was we eating racist ass cookies? Why were they? Nigga just get to make them.
Okay, I'm gonna keep doing some digging because now somebody that makes edibles owns the koala bear, whatever. So when I Google it, it just brings me to like an edible page. So
okay, and we can authenticate that too. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep looking at that.
So he put up a poll to basically say, "Hey, should I keep selling Beanie Babies or like should I just like chill?" And of course, everybody was like, "Oh my god, please make Beanie Babies!" Like. Only like 2%, like Penrose and those two white boys. They voted like no.
Let's take this time to point out that he charged people to vote. It was 50 cents.
Oh yes, yes. Right. And these people, we know these bitches was voting multiple times and shit.
Right. When me and our white boys lost, I was like, I can't believe we lost.
I can't believe they're bringing them back. I'm sorry, bro. I let you down.
So basically what happens is that, right, because they are, at first production was not keeping up with demand. And at some point, everyone had the Beanie Babies that they wanted to have, right? And then if you didn't, like the resale market was so ridiculous that you weren't ever going to get your hands on it, right? Because if I had a few Beanie Babies and I bought my Beanie Babies at $8, and let's say there's only 2 stores in my town that sell Beanie Babies. If I'm not going to go outside of that to get the Beanie Babies, and I'm like, well, whatever they have in the store is what I get. And I'm just like, oh, I really want to have this fucking giraffe Beanie Baby. And then my stores don't sell the giraffe Beanie Baby. And I'm like, okay, well, let me look online. Now the giraffe Beanie Baby, because the stores that sold it in my town are completely sold out, and everybody else has their giraffe Beanie Babies. They're trying to resell them, and somebody who has 26 giraffe Beanie Babies are trying to sell me an $8 Beanie Baby for $300.
Right.
I don't have $300, so I'm just like, fuck it. I don't need the Beanie Baby that bad. Right. So at the point that everybody had what they were going to have, people realized I bought all of these and I'm not going to be able to make a profit back because nobody is wanting to buy those. And this is compounded by the fact that these people were paying 50 cents a vote to keep Beanie Babies from going away. And they were like, okay, well, this was a publicity stunt by that fucking weird faced ass stunt queen. And now I'm mad. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't mean to make fun of people, but he definitely had that, like Miss Mama said, her like Willy Wonka.
He's a strange looking dude.
Like, yeah, that Botox was beating his ass. Like, let's call it spade a spade. That Botox and that fucking like facelift was beating his motherfucking ass. Even back in the 90s, it was beating him to sleep. So
let's sleep.
Because that picture they show him when he's like a 20-year-old guy, he looks normal as fuck.
And then I think he made that first million and was like, I need to fucking tighten up the eyes. And it got out of hand. Like, plastic surgery on the face to the fucking hilt. Like, there is no part of his face that is the original face from 1993. I don't even fuck what anybody says. It's not.
It's not. It can't be.
It's very bad. So, yeah. So they were like, look here, you weird faced ass stunt queen. We don't want these fucking Beanie Babies anymore. And so then people are just like, well, I got Beanie Babies. And there were people that were offered hundreds of $1,000s for their collection. And they were just like, no, I'm just going to hold on to them. People that bought them were like, oh, I'm going to put my kids through school with this.
Right.
I remember that was like that was the thing that people thought they were doing.
But the thing about it is you could have put your kids through school with it, but why wouldn't
with the money that you
get the collection, once you had all the pieces, sell the fucking shit while somebody's trying to buy it and put the fucking money in a trust. Yeah. Put the money in a goddamn savings for your kid. Like these
Niggas
motherfuckers
thought
are
that
crazy.
they thought it was gonna be
So-
the same amount now. Like, ain't nobody checking for your Beanie
They-
Babies in 2022.
Like it was very dumb. Like it was very fucking
when you
stupid.
pack up the car for college and you like everybody's time to get out and they're like, all right, you going to admissions, and then she just hands you a whole fucking duffel bag of
Fucking
fucking
full of
Beanie
fucking
Babies to
Beanie
cover the first year.
Like it was very dumb. Like if anything, you could sell the fucking Beanie Babies, put the money in a savings or like an IRA or something, and let it get like interest. Like if you're that concerned about it, but you don't fucking keep them in a goddamn Rubbermaid container under your stairs for fucking 10 years. Like he didn't. Nobody was making any motherfucking sense. The only person that made any sense here was Peggy because she just don't give a fuck. Peggy just got.
She said, "Listen, run me the money. I'll do whatever." Like,
right.
That's the thing. Peggy just had Beanie Babies to have Beanie Babies, not because she was trying to make money. Like Peggy don't need your fucking peasant ass money.
Right.
Peggy,
and I'm sure she don't even have. Does she even have that many? She probably don't even have that many left now. Like
Peggy, I think she has a full collection because she just likes.
She
Beanie
probably
Babies.
got all that shit. Yeah.
Like she got all of them because she just likes Beanie Babies. Peggy ass don't need the money. Peggy's fucking husband got 75 Porsches. She don't need no goddamn money.
Right.
Peggy ain't had to raise no kids. They're like, "Do you have kids?" She was like, "No, I got stepkids." Like she didn't even try to.
Yeah, right. Like, nah.
Mama ain't said I got no bonus babies. She was like, "That nigga had some kids before we got married. I don't. That don't got no bearing. No bearing on this. You could scratch that. They're not involved."
And, I mean, I ain't like judging. Well, first off, you was right about the 23 million because I got the shit like on replay playing right now. But also, I mean, would you make babies with Peggy?
Well, her husband seemed to like it.
I mean,
I said make babies.
A nigga that gotta buy that many Porsches ain't that cute neither. So
that's what I'm saying. Like that nigga, like they white. Like I don't. God forgive me. That sounded bad, but like, listen, their standards for shit are different. Like she might have been cute when they got married.
She might have been what?
She might have been cute when they got married. Maybe to him, she was cute.
That does happen a lot.
I'm just talking about the teeth. She definitely ain't that attractive. Them teeth is
okay.
Just
Well,
like,
white people smoked like 1,000 packs of Marlboros. Like
I'm talking about the way them bitches poked out. Like them. No,
I'm telling you, that man don't care. Like he doesn't care. Like you're saying that, and that man was still fucking letting that lady slide them fucking Amexes for them Beanie Babies. He does not give a like you're saying that like it matters. Do you know, man? Have you met any besides yourself? Because they don't care.
I'm saying he might not.
They don't care. They don't care. I could lose all of this shit in the front right here, and if I wear a low cut enough top, I'ma still get play. Like, what are you talking about? Like they don't care. Like you're saying this, but I'm telling you, if you ask men what it is that they look for in a partner, white men are like, white men are not putting her having all her fucking teeth at the top of the list.
It's not a deal breaker.
It's not on the list. It's not a deal breaker. She did not marry Peggy for her gorgeous veneers. Like,
no, you're right. I got it. No doubt.
Anyway, you had kids with Peggy. Peggy didn't want to have no kids, and that man was like, "Cool, I already got to." Like,
have oil teeth, you just have all of them in the front. When you smile,
somebody just came down the stairs so hard outside that I'm for sure I thought they just tumbled. Like,
good for them. You want to check? Take a picture.
No, I mean not really. They don't live with me, so
that's fair. Yeah, so Leon and Sandra are like the last people we meet. Leon and Sandra collect Beanie Babies just for the hell of it. So basically, when people were like, "Oh shit, this shit is not worth any money anymore," because again, all of this was like speculative to the point where it reminds me, which I don't know if y'all are like into economy or whatever, but like when you make like speculative purchases, like a lot of times on the like stock market that will happen, but you're speculating on what these things will be worth once they bloom or whatever. So there was a situation like this in Denmark where they had speculative stock market on tulips. And this went on for about 2 years until it burst. But this is literally the same thing where these people were like paying money for tulip bulbs because tulips basically had gotten like super like popular over like a year. Like these kind of came out of nowhere. Everybody wanted tulips. but they were like relatively new. So people were like speculating on tulip crops. And it was like the same thing as like Beanie Babies, like going to these insane prices, but it was just tulip bulbs.
Tulips. They mentioned that in the thing. Like very briefly. It was like a little side note. They mentioned that in the doc.
Yeah.
It was Beanie Babies, tulips, and one other thing that they said kind of all did that same bubble effect.
Yeah, it's very future stocks on tulips, which so it's the same thing you do with like cattle and a few other things that are stocked. But yeah, like it's really, this is the only thing that I could compare it to, something that really does not have any intrinsic value except for that people just really like it.
Right.
And that's what happened. Like it was just insanity. So then we sit with all these women and they're just like, yeah, shit was crazy, man. I used to sell Beanie Babies. Now I don't. Mary Beth is sitting on there fucking teary-eyed talking about I hope my children like me. We met one of her kids, he clearly doesn't.
I think that the daughter likes her. I think the daughter likes her.
David went into finance solely because his mom is a motherfucking lunatic. Like David got a degree in finance because he was like, this bitch is dumb. Like clearly someone in this family needs to be able to manage money for when I have to put her in a nursing home because she don't know what the fuck's going on. Mary Beth is an engineer, and Mary Beth was fucking running her credit card bills up to a place where she could not pay them for Beanie Babies.
Right.
Well, not Mary Beth, the other one, Janine, the Beanie Baby rap lady.
Beanie Rap, yeah.
Beanie Rap is in debt.
Listen, because if they would have just picked up her fucking single,
or she could have sold the Beanie Baby. Right. Because the problem with Beanie Rap is Beanie Rap had 10 of everything. Remember she lined up all the peace sign bears on the fucking
Why, like, bitch, why you have so many?
Like why do you have all of those? Like buy a couple extra and then sell them, but don't buy 26 of the same.
Don't just be to have 12, right?
Like no, they were very stupid. They weren't trying to unload this shit with any like type of like urgency. So now you got fucking bins and bins of Beanie Babies. Like that black man was like, I got a price in mind. Well, good luck.
Oh, because his mom
had all them damn Beanie Babies.
She passed away.
Like God, God bless him. I hope it works out. But honestly, like I think with anything that's retro or nostalgia, you put that shit on eBay, you mark it up a little bit, say you're gonna sell them for like $10 or $12, and let that be the end of it.
Yeah. My thing is like at the end of the day, especially if you're in his position, like bro, your mama might miss out on some money, but she ain't here. So you selling them at $10 to $12 a pop is actually a come up. We need you to get these fucking Beanie Babies. None of it.
And like that's what Peggy was saying. Like now it's grandchildren digging the shit out of the attic and being like, oh shit, Beanie Babies. I remember this. Do you remember? It's like if I fucking found my fucking sock and boppers in the goddamn closet and was like $20.
Yeah.
Like it don't matter what my mama paid for them at Christmas in 1995. Like that's $20 I don't have. Like fuck it.
Right.
Do you know I would buy a Rock'em Sock'em robot off a nigga right now?
Nigga, these things, nigga.
Yes.
And I think that's like it's the era of nostalgia. Like if I could find some unopened AOL online, AOL fucking disc, I'm absolutely sure there's somebody else that buy them. They'd be like, oh shit, yeah, this is collector's item. Like somebody would buy it. So put the like give the Beanie Babies out of the closet, give them a cute little Febreze spray down and put them on eBay.
Don't be like expecting like $30,000 for one.
Like $30. Like sell them for $20-$30, get you a cute little coin and go on. Like they're not gonna make a resurgence because nobody's fucking buying them.
No.
Gas is $1,000. You just either like let it
go. A gallon.
Literally gas is $26 a gallon. Just sell them and be done.
If you have Beanie Babies, niggas going in droves to start buying super soakers again, then start selling your Beanie Babies. If that never happens, you just sitting on some dead shit. Like she said,
bring super soakers back.
I don't know. I feel like I need to I want to have a summer fucking water party, and I want kiddie pools, slip and slides, and super soakers.
Do you remember when they came out with the backpack?
Yes, nigga. And you fucking lighting up the fucking street like a fucking Ghostbuster, nigga.
Every nigga came through with that one bottle super soaker. No, nigga, you're done today.
Nigga, remember that super soaker threat when you start pumping it up?
Yeah.
Like, all right, bitch, keep playing.
You better run. You better.
What's this motherfucking pump, nigga?
I can't wait to make this my next half birthday theme. I can't do that in January.
Yes.
I'll freeze to death. But like July, I got y'all. Next July, that's gonna be my half birthday theme.
We'll
I can have kiddie pools, slip and slides, and super suckers. It's gonna be lit.
We'll be there. So then Ty gets in trouble for tax evasion, right?
Yeah, so 1999, Ty sets up an offshore Swiss bank account to funnel his funds into, which is why he could not pay his workers any more money because he was hiding it from the IRS. So he would have had to pay them more by saying, I have money. So he just went the route of bitch. He just went the route of bitch. I don't have it.
Right. I'm like,
listen,
and he had over $107 million in a Swiss bank account, which is why Lena couldn't get no raise. And so they were like, he was about to serve 10, 15 years. And the judge is like, oh, he does hella community service. We're going to give him 2 years of probation. Now, where is this community service? I don't know nothing about it. I've never heard about it. Was he giving Beanie Babies to the poor? I've never heard anything about that man doing community service. So whatever it was, I'm curious.
Beanie Baby puppet show at the local library. This is the night.
I just like they're saying that, and I just don't know what it was. Like I just don't remember hearing it. Like because if there, but a charitable donation could be anything, and it's giving big Republican vibes. So I just feel like also he could have just been like donating to the super PAC, like.
And that works for them.
And so and then the judge was like, yeah, he totally did community service, which entailed him like, buying a lobster dinner off like fucking Ted Cruz. Like
right.
Real shit.
But that's really
this is it. They end, everybody's kind of sad. They either have Beanie Baby debt or they just still have Beanie Babies. Or they're just talking about the Beanie Babies are in the closet and how much they're sad that they spent fucking 6 years of their life, being insane, and then they looked up and their kids were graduating high school.
Yeah.
And then last year there was a surge of YouTubers that found these things, and so if you want to just go see what these things are probably selling for or how useless they are, you can check out those YouTube videos, and they will tell you.
Because I'm just gonna do the search, and eventually I'm gonna come across a yard sale where somebody has Beanie Babies, and I'm just gonna resell them. That's the plan.
Yep, that's what we're gonna do.
Might as well.
That's my plan. If I can get if I can get 3 bins of Beanie Babies for $20, it's on and popping. I just
listen. It is on and fucking popping.
Like
I'm gonna send y'all a text. We got them, and that's all. Like,
and it's on.
Bitch, we
like,
on.
all proceeds go to all locked up. Listen, it is about to be a situation. About to be on eBay.
You see the group chat name just mysteriously changed to Beanie Baby Built Bitch. Oh, we on.
We are on. Like, listen, let's fucking go.
About to sell all the Beanie Babies. Damn right.
Nigga. Okay, so guys, again,
that's
Beanie Mania. You guys can find it on HBO Max. It is an enjoyable hour and 20 minutes.
Nobody died.
Nobody. There was no bloodshed. No bloodshed.
To tell the tale.
We are the fuck outside. You got
right. Do you hear me? We outside with all these half-inflated Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies bogan on your ass.
Listen, we gonna send them to Peggy to authenticate them, and she's gonna be like, so your Beanie Babies are too full?
I'm gonna dip Bongo in gold, nigga, on my first sale. I'm dipping this nigga in gold, and I put him on a chain. This is how I'm living now. Like,
love that. Yes.
Silly shit.
Oh shit. Okay, guys. That's it though. We really said we weren't gonna make this 2 hours, and it's damn 2 hours. So sorry. Guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm Chris. That's BJ. That's Penrose. We're all docked up. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Baby fucking Beanie Baby.
You Beanie Baby.